Hi, welcome to this short class. It's gonna be about mobilizing your spine. So we're gonna go in a lot of extension and a lot of flexion of the spine. So this is extension, when you basically move forward with your chest, and flexion, it's gonna be when you round your spine and in a cat position. So today we'll start standing up and make yourself comfortable. Maybe bend your knees a little bit, so make sure you are in a very neutral, nice position. You could even also go towards the wall, and we'll start with one of your arms, I don't mind which one. Extend it, make a fist, and we're gonna flex the wrist, flex your elbow, and then bring your arm up, so your elbow up towards the sky. You're gonna try reach it higher so that your shoulder blade is coming next to your ear, and you're gonna side bend here first. Make sure your glutes are slightly engaged. You can bend your knees. Good, and then you're gonna make a palm, so open your hand and place your hand behind your head, and then you're gonna roll forward, keeping your legs straight, your hips same way. And then we're gonna open this up, looking up towards the sky, towards the sun. Your hand is supporting the head. Good, and then we'll unwind and do the same on the other side. Start with flexing your hand, flexing the wrist, flexing the elbow, reaching it up, reach it higher, and then side bend first with your fist. And really getting that side body stretch. And then place your hand back behind your head. We're gonna roll forward. And then open up, looking up towards the sky. If that's too much, you can of course do just with the chest. So the idea is that we also open the front line. So just with your elbow, you should be able to feel the stretch, but if you want, you can also look up. Good, and then we'll release. We'll do the same one more time on each side, flexing maybe a bit faster. Flex, 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 reach up, reach higher, side bend, activate those glutes. Hand behind your head, you roll forward. So you're now stretching the fascia of the back side of your body, the posterior fascia. And now we're gonna stretch the anterior one. So you open up, looking up. Good, and then same on the other side, flexing, reaching the elbow high, and then side bending first. Good, hand behind your head, rolling forward, and then opening up. Good, and then going back to center. Very nice. Hopefully you feel already a shift in energy. We'll start now rolling the spine first, bringing the chin towards your chest. Excuse me if that gets too loud with the microphone. Gently bending your knees as well. And then start to roll vertebra by vertebra down, letting your arms dangle. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Until you think that's enough, you can stay there, keeping your knees bent. You're still gonna feel the stretch. And then you're gonna start doing the opposite. So rolling back up, starting from your hips, your lumbar spine, middle spine, upper spine. The last thing, shoulders and neck. Once you've arrived up, place your hands on your bum, squeeze your bum against your hands, open your chest, and maybe a tiny little bit of extension. Reaching up your chest up. It's not about going back, it's about going up. And if that feels good, you can of course bring your neck back. So that doesn't feel very good for me, but otherwise you can let your chin drop. So you go into that passive extension of your neck. Good, and then very gently going the same way down. First your chin, upper spine, middle spine, lower spine, hips, knees are staying bent. Catch a breath there and then going back up. Very gently. Good, when you're up there, same option here. Really extension of the spine, opening the chest, hands to your glutes. Very nice, shake it out. And come into a chair position. Feet can be as wide as your hips, or if you prefer, they can be together, but for more balance, I recommend you a little bit of distance. From here, we'll start to cat-cow. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, rolling your spine very slowly, really tucking your tailbone down. You can use your hands as help and then opening up, forward, open your chest. Your neck doesn't need to go up, you just go into a neutral position. Shoulder blades are clicking back together, round your spine again. And then we'll start adding the arms. Inhale, sorry, open up. Exhale, your fingers will touch. You can also make a fist. And imagine someone is pulling you from the front of your hands. Open chest. Inhale when you're here. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine. Good, one more time, open. And then come back into neutral. Step your left foot back. Left arm forward. So you have a nice straight line from the top of your fingers towards your heel. Your left toes are pushing against the ground and your left glute is active. The more forward you're reaching, the more gravity is going to pull you down, so you're going to have to work your core more. So if you wanted a lighter version, you go up a little bit. Good. From here, imagine you're reaching something in front of you, so you grow your arm longer, grab it, and then come back into a side lunge, and then it's going to be the right arm grabbing something. So both feet, actually just the back feet, or both feet are going to turn, coming forward to your mat, grab something. Turn the right foot, left knee is the one bending, the right leg is extended, you grab something. You sit back in space when you go into that side lunge. Coming forward, one more time. Last time coming forward, reaching. Good, and then reaching forward. We're gonna stay here, sit back in space. Good, and then both hands will come down. We'll stay here and breathe. If you need more space for your spine, you have blocks under your hands. You don't want your spine to be rounded. You want your chest open. So you're gonna place your hands on blocks if that's the case. Breathe here. Good, and then we're gonna lower, just as we are, lower the left knee down, and you have to adjust your right foot probably so that your right leg it's fully extended. And then from here your right hand will come back behind your head, and we're gonna do that sunshine watching movement, opening up. Inhale, exhale, maybe tapping the elbow down. The left elbow is also bending, you probably cannot see it, but we're gonna tap it down. Open up, right arm reaching up, right elbow. Tap it down, one more time. Tap it down. Good, now we're gonna stay there, open. Extend your arm, so it's not your elbow, it's your hand reaching to the sky. The left shoulder is not rolling in, we want to roll it in external rotation. Your core is helping you in this position. and pushing with your left hand as much as you can against the floor. You're gonna open up, maybe more than what you think, opening your chest. That's gonna pull on the anterior front body. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Right hand goes down towards the floor. Maybe your forehead or cheek touches. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Tapping down. Good, we're gonna stay here. Catching a breath. Feel the extra stretch on the inner thigh of your right leg. Good, and then very gently with the help of your left hand, push so that you can come forward towards your mat in a cat-cow position. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with your own breathing rhythm. In cat-cow, there's no need to look up completely to the sky, just your head going back into a neutral position. Good, from here, you can open your chest in cow and then go back for child's pose when you round your spine. And you can integrate that into your cat-cow, or you can stay with cat-cow. Good, very gentle. You can have your feet, your toes tucked as I have, or you can place them completely towards the floor. One more time. Good. And then we're gonna go into Z stance to just come to sit. I'm gonna face you. Z stance means that you're doing a Z with your legs. The left leg will come forward. We'll start with the left leg. From here, we'll start side bending. So it's about mobilizing the spine. That's what we have, maybe some areas a little bit more stuck, especially if you have a sitting job or just a very static job, maybe also if you stand all the time, right? So we have to keep moving. You can start to move back and forth, so you don't have to, your movement don't have to look like mine. So you can go in all directions. The idea here as well is that you're gonna feel a different pull on the right hip, or maybe even in the left hip. If that is too uncomfortable, you can also do this cross-legged, or maybe on a block, cross-legged and on a block. Good, and then we're gonna come, so if your left leg is in front, you're gonna place both of your hands on the outside of your left knee, left thigh. You're gonna stretch the right leg and it's gonna float. From here, you open your chest, you keep that open, you engage your core, and we're gonna start to pulse. Pause here for 10, 8, 6. Your neck is relaxed, you're feeling that extra kick. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. If you haven't yet, you can place your left elbow down to the floor. If that's too uncomfortable, you can also place a blanket under your hip, and you'll start to bring the hip forward. External rotation, meaning that your knee is gonna stay as you are. So first is hip flexion, so you bring your knee to your chest. Then it's external rotation, so your foot comes towards you and then you extend it back. Flexion, rotation, extend it back. 3 more. Good, last one, place it down. Coming into a downward facing dog with your left leg. It's gonna lift up. In downward facing dog, you press your hands against the floor. Left toes are pointing down. You engage your belly in. Shoulders are next to your ear. Hold it here, squeezing that left glute. Bend your left knee. And then make circles. So we're mobilizing the hip as well, which is also very well connected with your spine. And then we'll switch the direction. Very nice. And then step the left foot down. Walk with your hands towards your toes. Hands to toes, towards the front of your mat. Your knees will bend so much that your ribs are touching your thighs. You're sitting back in space, and you can try to relax your neck. Maybe shake it out. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. You can also place your hands behind your head and apply a little bit of pressure there. Good, and then we'll repeat that. We're going to start again walking forward towards the back of your mat in downward facing dog. It's going to be the left leg again, so your big toes are going to touch, and then the left leg lifts. It's not up towards the sky yet, so it's still with squared hips. Both are looking down towards the floor. You bend your left knee, 2 circles one way, 2 circles the other way. From here, keep it bent. Now we're going to start to open the hip and then turning the pelvis. But both of your hands and arms are bearing the same weight. So you'll probably have to really connect your brain to that right armpit, right shoulder. Really opening here, then stepping the left foot. This is new. Stepping the left foot between your hands. Coming into a half moon. First, lifting that right foot, your left knee is gently bent. Once you're here, you start turning your toes, your hips, towards the right side. So it's really floating in space. If you can also have blocks under your hands for more space. You can walk your hands as far forward as you can. Trying to really, really pull on that side body. It feels really nice. I'm just gonna hang here, really pulling from the back heel. Your right foot is flexed towards your fingers. If you go more for a standing gentle half moon, you can always just lift both of your arms up and go into a star position, or maybe even your right arm up. One more time, inhale, exhale. Gently first, both of your hands below your shoulders. Right foot lowers down. Catch your breath. Right knee lowers down. And then we're gonna swing your bum so you ended up in a seated twist. Just to unwind towards the front of your mat. To start the same sequence again. You can at any time pause the video, have some water. Good, and then when you're ready, we're gonna start again with your chair pose. When you're ready, inhale, open your chest. Exhale, so it's gonna be the same sequence, but on the other side. Inhale. We can already add the arms, we're pretty warm. Inhale, opening your chest, tucking your tailbone up, and then tucking your tailbone down. Combine this with your breath. Good, and then find neutral position. Step your right foot back. Extend your right arm forward and try to reach it higher. Stay here. So remember, the lower you are, the more you're going to fight gravity, so you decide. From here, we're going to grab, you remember, maybe a rope that we have in front of us, and then turning both feet to the other side, bending the right knee, extending the left knee this time. It's the left arm grabbing. Coming forward, the back heel lifts, so you can pull more. Grab, grab. So 2 more side to side, so you change legs, you change arms. And then the last one, we're gonna stay grabbing something here, and with your left arm forward, right knee bends. And then both hands come down for a side lunge. Catch a breath here. And then when you're ready, lower that right knee. So I'm just gonna turn and face you again. It's the right knee down, left leg extended. Left hand back behind your head. Open your chest, elbow points up. The right shoulder is not rotating inwards, it's going outwards. Inhale, exhale, elbow down, right elbow bends as well. Combine this with the breath, inhale. So how can you externally rotate that shoulder, right? So I am here now, now it is internal rotation. Imagine you have a plate under your hand and you want to turn the plate to the right, so if it's your right arm, and that's gonna swing your elbow backwards and your biceps is gonna go forward. And that's gonna be external rotation. We're gonna stay there, extend your left hand towards the ceiling. Inhale, thread the needle 2 times, exhale. Tap and lift. And swing and stay. Here in, thread the needle, feeling that inner thigh stretch. Very nice. With the help of your right hand, you push yourself back up, turning towards the front of your mat for cat-cow. You can already integrate that child's pose in it. Inhale. Exhale, tucking back. Inhale. Use your hands when you're back in child's pose to push the floor away and really open the back of your shoulder blades. Good, and then we'll find Z stance. This time your right foot is in front. And then from here we'll start to side bend. Maybe you feel a bit warmer, maybe your spine bends a bit better, or maybe just you feel smoother. Maybe you can place the elbows down to the floor, especially the right one. You can move forward in all directions. Or maybe you just stay here and breathe into your hip and you roll the shoulders. Good, when you're ready, we'll go into that warming of the hip. So if your right foot is in front, right leg, both of your hands will go on the outside of your right thigh so that the left leg can extend and float. So you shift your weight a little bit, but both elbows are still up. From here, we'll start to pulse 10 times, I think I said. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna lower that right elbow and we're gonna go for flexion of the left hip. So your knee comes towards your chest. You externally rotate. So your left foot will try to come towards the floor, but you're still lifting that hip up, right? Because if I touch, that's also possible. But we want it to work and warm it really up. Extend, kick, flexion, rotation. 3 more. Good, and then we'll go into a 3-leg downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. You extend it back, right toes are pointing down. Breathe here first, find a very stable downward facing dog. Bend your right knee and start circles towards one way. Keeping your upper body still and then swinging the hips to the other way, circle the other way. Good, from here, right foot goes down. We'll start to walk hands to toes. Hands to toes, hands to toes. Bending your knees, and then you can sway here side to side. Another option, which I really love, is to place your elbows on your shins or on your knees, depending on how flexible you are at your hips, and then make a fist with your hands and place the forehead or your hairline over there. Breathe into the lower back. The idea of this is to really open the back of your spine, so your lumbar spine. It's not really to stretch the hamstrings, that just comes as a side effect. Good. We're gonna walk forward. We're headed into that half moon, if you remember. Big toes touch, left leg lifts, and then we'll start circling one way. I think that was the right one, so it's gonna be the right one way, two times, and the other way. It's the right leg. And then step that right foot between your hands. Have blocks under if you feel you need more length of your spine. Lift that left leg up. From here, your right knee is bent. If you can, you start to walk your hands forward, coming into your fingertips. Your left toes that are pointing down start to open to the left, so your hips and pelvis turn. You flex your foot, you push your heel to an imaginary wall. Walk your hands far forward, engage your belly, bend your standing leg. Try to relax your neck. We're headed to seated twist. Left foot lowers, left knee lowers, hands go back under your shoulders. You swing your bum, you sit back. Good, and then you can roll the shoulders here, one at a time. Very nice, and you can already unwind towards the back of the mat. After all this extension and flexion, we're gonna do some sit-ups. So you can decide if you have a block at home, otherwise a rolled blanket is also going to work. You can go for the lowest setting or the halfway setting. You're gonna place your shoulder blades, so the flat area of the back of our heart, right? So the shoulder blades, these two flat areas, they're gonna come onto the block, and we're gonna do first a gentle sit-up. So we're gonna place shoulder blades there. Hands are gonna support your head all the time. First, your elbows are gonna stay closed and your knees bend. That's the first position. If that's already uncomfortable and you wanna stay here, feel free. Now would be the time maybe to adjust the block. From here, you're gonna lean back and engage your belly, pull it in and come up. Exhale. Inhale, lower back. Exhale. Good. Now if you want, you can open your elbows when you move back. And close. So now you can stay here in whatever position feels best. You can stay down, opening your elbows to the sides. If that feels comfortable, then maybe you can extend your legs, but as soon as you feel anything in your lower back, I want you to bend your knees back. Breathe here. If you're there hanging with your elbows open, you can swing side to side and see if that feels good. Good, and then very gently when you're ready, you can stay here as long as you want. Close the elbows, support yourself with one elbow down, and then release the block towards one of the sides. Very nice, grab the block, which I just left. We're gonna bring it back. Place it between your thighs, and not your knees, but your thighs. A pillow or a blanket could also work, even a book. And then once you're here, so you want your legs not to be very open, so maybe you decide if you want it the thinnest way or the middle way. I'm gonna have it the middle way. Once you're there, just lift up in a very low bridge, meaning that maybe 1 or 2 fists away, so that your ribs are staying close. So it's a very, very low bridge. Feet are fully grounded. You can see your knees, you can see if they are parallel. Squeezing the block, and when you squeeze it, you're gonna start to engage the glutes. So the belly moves down towards your spine. It's almost like a tucked position with your pelvis. Breathe here, open your arms to the sides. Opening your chest. And then very gently lowering down vertebra by vertebra. We'll repeat that one more time. So lifting up into a very low bridge. So it's very subtle movements here. And then vertebra by vertebra down. Good, very nice. Release the block. And then we'll just let the knees fall to one side for a twist. If you have a favorite twist, feel free to go for that now. Otherwise, just let your knees fall. Let everything relax and maybe observe where is your body pulling. So I feel some pull on the side of my body. That goes maybe up until my chest, but it doesn't reach my knee. So it's on that area, and then we're gonna swing the knees to the other side. So of course that's also going to depend on how far your knees are from your upper body, right? Maybe you also feel it on the inner thigh. If that's too intense, you can also place a block or a pillow between your knees or between your thighs. Good, and then we'll bring the knees back to center. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug and maybe swing a bit side to side. If you need a happy baby, you can go for it. And then when you're ready, you'll extend one leg at a time and come into Shavasana. Maybe extending also your arms next to your body. Palms are facing up. Feet are towards the sides, so they are falling towards the sides. If you want to play nice relaxing music, maybe that is the time. You can pause the video and prepare some nice music or some candles, and then come back towards the video and fully release your body towards the mat. When you're there settled, take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And just rest here. You can stay here for as long as you want. If you're ready to finish this short class and go back to your day, you can start to wiggle your feet and your fingers and your toes. Start to deepen your breath. Maybe place your hands on your body for some connection to your body and mind towards your breath. If you want a full body stretch, bring your arms up and over your head and fully stretch your body. And then very gently bending one knee at a time, you roll onto your favorite side. Catch a few breaths there. And then when you're ready, find a comfortable seated position. And maybe there you feel the length of your spine, the freedom of your breath. I hope this class helped you to mobilize the fascia around your spine, the one that gets sticky when working, when sitting, when staying still, not moving much. You can always come back to this class as many times as you need for some movement kick. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for flowing with me today. Have lots of water. We moved a lot, so when we move at the joint, we want to really hydrate them after such a class, so make sure you're drinking enough, and then otherwise see you at some other point. Thank you.